Claro, no importa. Tuvo que pararme enfrente de todo y decirle las cosas, ¿verdad? Una foto de mi niño grabado. No, ¿cuál pandemia? La graduación me hicieron nosotros, lo que pasa es que allí en el grado también una maestra. Llorar y llorar porque el marido se le había pasado a sus niños. ¿Qué?
It really was. And Aviv, actually, if I'm not mistaken, around zone 3 was taken down by Epic Whale. So to get the revive and then the solo clutch, you know that Bugha and Aviv are feeling good right now. But there is only a 3-point difference between Bugha and Aviv and Yapko and Quanti, another team that we did not give the proper respect to earlier on this season when the show opened.
No había tocado aquí.
To see this, it is an international competition if I've ever seen one in this top 10.
Yeah, there's a couple of clutches, like solo clutches that happen in this game too.
No había tocado ahí, no había tocado ahí. Ey, gracias por el like.
Peterbot kind of put in that
Quien lo dio en
situation where
YouTube.
he's like,
Gracias,
bro, I
loco.
basically have like nothing, right? And think, look in that 19th place, they've jumped up 30 placements off of that clutch, which is nuts. I mean, I don't even know how you keep calm in this situation, but like, there's just no way that anyone else could pull off something this insane.
Yeah, pretty slow start for the duo, I'm not gonna lie, but Peterbot kind of reeling it back into, picking up a little bit of momentum. You got to imagine that, one, Peterbot's got to be feeling great after solo clutching, and then Pollo also, like, the vibes have to be so up right now after that performance, which
Doble clic y es like.
kind of get back into the conversation
Okay.
of that, top half of the leaderboard, top 10 of the leaderboard, because right now, I'm not gonna lie,
Vamos a ver cuánta gente viene al directo en YouTube.
especially with so many
YouTube
people
Short.
predicting that Peterbot and Pollo are here to kind of win and dominate this FNCS.
Solo que creo que se quedó pillado esta cosa.
They were able to claim Rift Island all on their own. And then, of course, we're talking about solo clutches. Well, Peterbot
Se quedó pillado.
claimed with 2 mythics and a legendary weapon there, as well as crash pads and some heals. If anyone needs to be put into a solo situation, that is exactly the loadout that you want to have. But quickly looking at our second page, more players here, and obviously some big names. The magic number that we're looking at right now, though, is around top 10. But of course, you could even see right here, we have some previous champions. So we're looking to expect it to be around top 14, depending on who is in the top 10.
Yeah, a super quick call out there. Agers as well, another solo clutch, right? Ending second in that game. Taking the fight to Kanata, his old duo mate. Man, game number 1 or 2 was absolutely explosive, but now we have to prepare. Game number 3 is ready for us. We want to keep talking, but we also want to see more action. So MDF Taco, back over to you.
Thank you guys so much for all that update there, and of course the breakdown of what's unfolding here. I mean, Taco, those were 2 very quick games. I mean, I can't believe we're already jumping into game 3 of 12 for the weekend, but I mean, we're having fun, so time's flying.
Gracias por el like en YouTube. Estoy arreglando cositas todavía de las transmisiones, gracias a los que estén dando like. Voy a arreglar algo en TikTok chat rápido. Ahorita les pongo el directo. Bueno, aquí puedo dejar el directo. Puedo seguir en tal. Trabajar un poco aquí.
It's not going to be easy by any means, MDF. It's the halfway point, at least as far as today is concerned, but there is still 6 more matches in case day 1 doesn't work out in a team's favor for today, but I'm ready to see what happens in Lobby 3.
Game 3 chat. Si viene Game 3, si viene Game 3, Game 3. Vamos a dar Savage. Vemos la pelea en early, si es que pelea en early. Clicks. Vamos a ver Clicks. Si va a pelear. Clicks no peleó. No se ve que haya gente. Vamos a ver Savage entonces, que son los que van mal, pero pueden llegar a clutcharla.
And 3 nitros.
No tenía tanta para seguir.
I need to get nitros.
A ver.
I dropped them off the ridge. I'm gonna mark it.
Gran viola.
I have 3 nitros as well.
Yeah.
I have 6 nitros, 3 crush pads.
Nice.
Fizz. Diamonos, go make it there.
Pulled zone, right?
Yeah, pretty good zone.
Tell me if you find a surge gun. I don't have a shotgun either.
I know there's a great gatekeeper by well, but you'll probably find somewhere.
I have 6 crash pads for you. Do you need?
I need 3 of them. I'll probably find 3 more though.
2 no scope DMRs.
Got you 6 nitros. We have 3 already, yeah?
I have 6. I have 6.
I'm gonna have 6 minis, 2 bigs, and a cola. I need to drop something though. So
Should throw that medkit next time. There's a medkit on the far chest with wood ramps up to it. Savage.
yeah, we need to throw that so we can have 2 on the same spot. No, it's kind of useless. I have 1 already.
2. There's 2 here anyway.
Yeah.
Need more.
I'm farming metal.
I
I'm
have a
farming metal
shotgun.
under bridge.
I don't have a surge gun really.
Where's Rig going?
Go on rig.
They have had bad games by the way.
They got
so
second last game.
Second?
I think so.
No,
They got 4 fucking.
He's got 4th.
they got 7. 7.
C shots. Do you have a shotgun for me?
There's a great gatekeeper. I'll get you the shotgun, okay? Just go rock once you're done looting and shit. If you don't get a shotgun there, I'll sort it out for you.
I have 2 medkits, 6 nitro, 6 crash pads, and a fizz. I'm dropping the crash pads down by the cactus.
Okay.
No surge gun.
Ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va.
Shotgun either. I haven't loaded brick house yet though.
Vamos a subir un poco más.
Because I can't see.
It's far. Fast rig. Dukes is on the cactus.
Ok, ok. En teoría se me escucha un poco mejor. Que mentira.
Fucking no scope DMR.
I'm running brick house now.
Que sí, aquí está, dice la Ale. Ah.
I have a blue gatekeeper now. There's a green one here. I can try and bring it to you.
He's going up on his base.
Yeah.
In a trade, but I have no.
I got a surge gun. Thermal enforcer though. I'm gonna run straight to you and drop your enforcer and this shotgun. Ring zipline, er det wall? Oh, wall, just bug me. Okay. Take that, and then take this shotgun, and take mats.
Full time. 60.
Yes. There's 6 spare crash pads here. If you go down, get heals, you need to try and get the crash pads up.
Yeah. Papers on the hill.
Is there a team Yomzo?
First? No, I don't see. Is there hills down here?
No, not right now. I'm gonna throw them. Give me a sec.
How long?
What do you need? I got your minis right now. Drop.
I need.
I have so many nitros. I'm just gonna nitro around and drop you everything.
I don't have something till me full health.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it for you now. My heals aren't even that good, to be honest.
Y Char, lo que pasa a Savage ahorita y a Mongrel es que les arruinaron el spot técnicamente. Antes habían cactus ilimitados. O sea, el cactus se regeneraba, ¿verdad? Y resulta que quitaron eso, pues. Quitaron lo de que los cactus se regeneraran, entonces ya no tiene cómo sacar un surge seguro. Porque si lo craquean, se tiene que arriesgar más a buscar curas. Ahorita, por ejemplo, Savage se queda abajo rascando mats y tal, y buscando curas. Y Mongrel se queda buscando el surge. Y es un poco más peligroso, o cuesta más sacarlo, entonces. Por eso más que todo les está yendo un poco mal. Igual no les ha cerrado una zona cerca. Miren ahí, Mongrel ya está uno, lo mataron. Increíble eso. Y chat, mataron a Mongrel. You fucking Jesus. What, no lo curó. Increíble. GG's.
I need to kill someone and then go reboot and storm. I need to get enough surge.
Gracias por el follow, Ezequiel. ¿Qué onda, bro? ¿Qué onda? Oh my god, bro. Oh, me da tanta ansiedad lo mal que les está yendo. Pero es increíble la ansiedad que me está dando. Fuck, les está yendo muy mal. No hayan muerto early, ahora va a morir early. Ah, GG's. No le recarga esa chingadera. GG's. Ahorita Mongrel está destrozado. Hasta quitó la camba. ¿Qué pasó? $56. Baja. Subió. Pues ni siquiera fue que le pushearon, lo mataron de ley. Ah. Oh no, si se le fueron. No. Oh my god, lo mató Víctor V, bro. Tiene 14 años. Bro, lo mató Víctor V. Nah, ese tipo de paper. ¿Qué hacen esos imbéciles? Literal, no hay nadie, man. Ah, qué asco, bro. Literal, no hay otro dúo cerca, solo está Víctor V y Paper. Ah, qué asco. It's not lagging the stream. Wim of F3. The fuck is this chat? Nah, qué asco. Ese tipo les están haciendo streaming ahí. Bueno, que no es que les hagan, sino que pues están cerca. ¿Sabes? Están cerca y ya. No. A ver, clics, ¿qué tal le va? No voy a ver Fortnite. No van a pelear. En Let's Game ya cuando esté clics.
it just doesn't seem like they're comfortable with staking their Lobby 3 ending this soon.
What do you think about Vino right now? This is
Dastardly.
very interesting strategy.
Qué mierda se ve, ¿no? Increíble.
I don't know about you, but if I've got 114 points in game number 3, I'm not.
Oye, mira, es del mismo equipo de Clix.
Regardless, I'm outside your base or not.
EdgeD es del mismo equipo que Clix. Bueno, son. Es del equipo de Clix, porque ese equipo es de Clix, pues.
It's almost so silly that it works. But I think with the way that
Curioso, ¿no?
Veno is positioned as well,
Increíble.
he's on the opposite end of the surge base that's facing outwards.
Incredible, incredible.
The zone is pulling right, so it's unlikely that teams are going to recognize the fact, aside from Edgy or Death, that he's even in such an exposed position. So he might be relatively safe for the time being. He's got Clix working as the middleman essentially in between the two, right? So Clix is going to be the one kind of scoping out if anybody's going to come close enough to threaten Veno. That seems to be more his responsibility.
And just one quick update.
Guayabit va 2-1. Oh my god, 103 acaba de pegar. God.
They were taken out relatively early, one of the first duos to fall here, so
W Surge. No, lo que verá.
but now we have a lot of other very much notable
Porque.
favorites.
Ay, es que cactus ya no hay. Eso de los cactus es una mierda. ¿Cómo van a hacer eso? ¿No?
Goes to show you how
Increíble las formas que arruinan el juego.
play well in a grand finals lobby.
¿Cómo van a,
There's no telling how
cómo van a poner los cactus de esa forma, güey?
we're playing under completely different circumstances.
Solo que salgan una vez. ¿Qué creen que hacen?
Regenerating cactuses. That's the biggest change.
Literal le cagaron el torneo a Mongrel y a Savage.
Lock in pars right now.
Increíble, loco.
Great tower, complete visibility of it. Just every
Lo que tiene que ser Mongrel y Savage ahorita es de leyendas, literalmente. Sí que dudoso lo hacen. No creo, no creo. I don't.
Veno seems like he abandoned his initial plan. Big tag there onto Cold.
I don't know. I don't know.
Veno clicks. You can tell they want a key. That's why the Nitro splashes come out. Just double aggressing onto Acorn's wall, and he doesn't get a chance. He's gonna get shut down before he can look for his escape route there next to Cold. And Cold, he's also in a whole world of hurt here. Veno and Clicks, if they wanted to even, they could even try to camp Acorn's reboot card. At the very least, though, it seems like they're intent on trying to track down Cold, trying to get the other half of that duo. They know
Ya vengo, Chen.
every elimination point counts here, and Veno, he just seems like a monstrous force to reckon with. That is until Cold reminds him of why he's so heavily regarded here on NA.
I was gonna say, you gotta put respect on Cold. You cannot just key him like that. He is gonna show you why every single time. Vino still hasn't had a chance to heal. Clicks actually has to come in and support him for a second there. And I think Cold is gonna recognize now it might be time to back off, but at this point, who even knows? And I want to take it back about 15 seconds or so. I think they were just equally confused. Like, Vino hesitated on making that edit. Like, wait, are you in basically my box? Like, whoa, what's going on here? And that could have just ended Cold for a moment there. So it's Cold's mistake right here that he's going to have to live with. That's going to set back Acorn and himself in this time being, because he made a huge mistake jumping into that box, not really realizing that was Vino's area.
Which is also surprising because Acorn and Cole are definitely familiar with the fact that Clicks and Veno, they drop right around that Snooty Station, Sandy Steps area. So very high likelihood that they're going to be in control of all those pre-placed builds. So yeah, right there with you. Just an unfortunate loss there. Could really put a damper as far as how the rest of this lobby actually finishes up for Cold. But at the same time, it is Cold. We've seen him come back from worse, for example. And it's a little bit more questionable to actually make a play for a reboot at this point. But I'm not going to say it's impossible for a player of Cold caliber.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to the heal situation right now. If there is a time to play for a reboot, it's probably a zone like this, where it's pulling south, where there's just less teams that land in kind of the northwest area. So there's an opportunity there. But meanwhile, talk about southern teams right now. Peterbot and Boya have not given up their ability to fight or pressure teams in the early game. In fact, they've continued to fight here at the Bruto Beachhead. Now, I am curious. This is kind of getting drawn out here, and it's really weighing on their loadouts here.
Yeah, but it's Sid and Nerface. Keep in mind, this is the same exact 2v2. Oh my God, Peterbot. I can't even comprehend what we just witnessed there at Monster. He absolutely beamed them the moment that he created a little bit of space, and that's going to cause Sid and Nerface. They're not going to be able to rotate just yet. They know it will be their demise if they try to challenge after that one. But I was just going to point out the fact that Peterbot and Pollo, they were dealing with Sid and Nerface for like 2 zones now. It's just wild to think that neither side was able to successfully eliminate the other throughout all the time that's been exchanged.
Yeah, more often than not, Peterbot and Pollo would have finished that fight. So I wonder, you know, what went wrong there, or is Sid and Nerface just playing, you know, a different kind of Fortnite? So Code's got to be careful. And the shot just creeps in from the high ground there for Clix and Vino, and they're going to be really happy about that loot. But no, Sid and Nerface secure it before them, so they don't get to really celebrate the spoils of war there. But at the end of the day, it's not like they were desperate or hurt for wares. Here's the angle. Yeah, Vino just had the perfect top-down view. Colt didn't really understand, I think, the threat level there. Couldn't quite assess the situation, unfortunately. But look at this. Sid and Nerface get landed on by Edgy and Death, and then just continue to be fed here. Eliminations and opportunity.
And granted, I'm sure Clix and Veno probably still pretty unhappy about the fact that they had one of their eliminations loot stolen from right underneath their noses, but it seems like they could actually come out on top if they're able to essentially try and hold Sid and Nerface here at Sandy Steps. Sid's gonna take a moment to expend one of those med kits, but I do think that Clix and Veno kind of recognizing the fact they don't want to stay too long inside of the storm. While they would have liked the loot available there, Veno, he needs some white heals, and I just don't think it's worthwhile to take that battle while they're so incredibly low.
This is a really great angle of Peterbot and Pollo making their move right now. As you just saw, Epic Whale Muzz flying right by as well. Peterbot looking for the refresh right now that he's desperately in need of. This is a bad spot to be in. He's way too exposed to the rest of the lobby here. And they're going to be the forward-facing one right now on the outskirts. Seems like the lobby is giving up for now, though. Sensing there's other teams that they could be focusing in on, and Epic Whale is going to be one of those ones to be the first to fall there here in the mid-game. Bugha and Aviv down on the low ground right now, outside of zone. Just on the outskirts here. 22 builds in Bugha's inventory, not really much.
Yeah, they're trying to clear out whatever they can here at Pleasant Piazza. Just scraps at this point. Whenever you're pickaxing the walls, you can tell that things are definitely a little bit more dire than you'd like in a BMDF, but going back to Peterbot and Pollo's situation, almost, it looks like that stretched out game of tag they were playing with Sid and Nerface definitely worked against them, because it just put such a damper on the pacing for their rotates, and they weren't actually able to acquire any of those refreshes that they needed along the way. So definitely a bit problematic, but again, a duo that is certainly more than capable of clawing their way back up into a solid position, just like how we see Cooper and Kanata currently. Ample amounts of builds to work with. Cooper just sitting inside of his middle cone, kind of gauging the landscape, everybody surrounding him, but they're gonna need to get active soon. They don't have that much damage above the threshold.
And one thing to note too, the mid game was so active, we didn't even see a surge fight at all. Like,
no.
Teams were just going, you know what I mean? And now we're in a top 25 situation, and there are a lot of zones to move here. So this is very interesting. This is actually very different, I think, than what players are also used to. So right now, if I'm looking at this game right here, given how, you know, the lobby's gonna lighten up here shortly, I'm thinking whoever's used to playing high is gonna have a really, and I mean really successful chance at taking this one away right here. It just seems like The early high team right now, I'm calling it, is going to hold it all the way through, but that's just an early prediction. Again, we'll just have to find out.
Yeah, and I mean, when you just look at where the zone is pulling in the first place, I mean, these outskirts of Pleasant Piazza, relatively flat area, not a whole lot of drastic elevation switches, so I think some teams are also finding themselves in such a low build count, material count situation because you have to use more builds. You're more exposed. You can't just opt for those safe rotates because even with the Flowberry Fizzes and Nitro Splashes or Crash Pads, in a sense, you could still just be kind of like target practice for teams that are already based with strong amounts of surge to kind of just look around and be like, all right, well, who's rotating now? Let's just take full advantage of them flying through the sky. Meanwhile, players like Yapko, they're just hoping that they can outlast these Storm Surge ticks in the first place. He's only one tag below. Well, now just got a little bit further, but still, he finds his elimination onto Poppy. That could be big. Instead, just no shield to work with, no hope to keep this one going.
We got to remember, he is inside the top 5. He was trying everything in his power just to hold out a little bit longer, squeeze the lemon for a little bit more juice. Vino and Callisto, 3 eliminations. Very low material count for what it's worth, given how late into this endgame we are right now. Things are just starting to really kick off, so not many options for them. They're going to need to find elimination and secure the loot here. Kanata and Cooper are in front of them. That's pretty dangerous because now look at this. They're going to have to rotate through all of these teams here. Crash Pad's going to be critical now. Peterbot and Boyo still standing in this game. Victor V Paper alive on the backside of the zone there as well. And this is where Peterbot starts to really make up for all that game 1 loss that they had. And that's a Peterbot thing to do right there. Drop minis in the end game for a hand cannon. Just different.
Peterbot trusts himself. He trusts his mechanics for a reason and his aim. And so does Poyo, but more importantly still, they got to deal with Trashy. Trashy caught off guard. Wall wide open because he thought he was getting the better end of an exchange onto a separate duo. Instead, now Bolt's Price going to collapse upon him. They heard those shields get cracked. Peterbot and Poyo, they won't get to finish what they started, but they buy themselves just a little more time. Meanwhile, Bugha, Aviv headed straight towards the low ground. They've got front side of zone though, and now they have a real opportunity here to look back, potentially even take out Peterbot and Poyo if they're not careful.
Yeah, they're basically out of mats. They're gonna have to push a duo right now, so whoever's the closest will likely be up on the menu. Meanwhile, high ground, Baka in Pars trying to go back at it, and I called it. I said if a team takes high ground, whichever team it's gonna be is probably going to win this game. Uncontested, that's really how I feel right now. And that's kind of how it looks like it's about to shape out to be as the zone's pulling over this cliff face here, so teams desperately have to make their way up, and they didn't already have enough material to work with, so this is a all-around bad situation. Peterbot forced to play this one out by himself here. Not even inside the top 15 yet. He needs an elimination or something here in order to find some more. Clix is going to be the one to find the first elim. That's going to grant more points to the lobby. But Peterbot out of gas and out of now the lobby here. Meanwhile, no one has an opportunity to look up for high ground. They just don't have the luxury to.
Keep in mind though, Pars and Baka, last time they overtook height with some Flowberry Fizz and the Underworld dashes. Pars still has one, so even if they get chopped, he should be safe for a moment. Decent amount of builds as well. Split one more time here as Pars continues. Tart forward. And everyone else caught in the low ground. The one thing that would make this perfect though, Pars, he only has that DMR. It's hard to play Suppressor with such a low fire rate weapon, but it might not even matter because the mid-ground congestion is just overwhelming. Veno and Clix trying to stay standing. Batman, Bugha, and Rapid, a similar circumstance, but they know the floors everywhere around them are just disappearing.
Yeah, so long as Baka and Pars keep firing on down, they will be able to win this game. But Batman, Bugha, and Rapid continue to find material, find eliminations, but no, they lose their momentum and unfortunately get taken out there. One build too short. And the solo play from Visuals from the backside of the storm line there wasn't quite worth it as he loses Braids, unfortunately, there to the damage. Visuals tries to come down. He picks up a heal from his teammate, and that's a desperate act to try to earn placement points here and now. Instead of going for the win, he's going for the safety play. What a call there. I don't know what to take of it. We'll see what Visuals can make out of this game here. Trashy and Threats on the other side, pushing their way through, finally toppling down OSID, who had a miraculous game, given they were so low on the standings. This was a huge game for Team OSID.
It's also a huge pickup there from Rapid, still lingering. Seek, on the other hand, he's gonna knock a Vive, and now Bugha left to scramble, but Seek's not gonna let him escape his sights. Huge play coming out of Seek and Dash now. 9 eliminations as well underneath their belts as Baka drops one more time. He gets the credit onto Trashy's Elim. Not only that, extends a little bit more time, a little bit more space, but they want to drop, they want to challenge Threats directly.
The writing was on the wall for Baka and Pars. The moment they took high ground, the moment this zone played out the way it did, it just made sense that someone like them could win this game. But hold up, mistakes were made. A tag comes through, and Baka now very hurt. One tag to win it all, and he finds it via playing offensively. And that got a little too close for comfort, but in the end, they do it once again.
Yeah, well executed final moments there. I like the way, though, that Baka and Pars kind of split the focus of everything that was sort of happening in that ultimate low ground. MDF Pars on the other side of that wall, he was just exclusively depending on the fact that Baka was going to be able to close this one out. And granted, it was close, but it doesn't matter how ugly it is as long as you secure the victory royale at the end of it.
Look at that, both sides. Race against time, a race against damage. Baka and Pars do it for game number 3, keeping us very much on our toes here. Taco, what a game. What a way for us to really steer up the FNCS Grand Finals day number 1, and things are off to such a hot start. We're gonna need a second to go ahead and cool down here. So when we get back, we'll have more Fortnite.
Welcome back to the FNCS. Here we are once again. Baka and Pars got the Baka to Baka Victory Royale. I'll see myself out, guys. All right, see ya.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. I can't believe this has happened. 2 games back to back. And to think, Vivid, going into that when they went on height, there was like a moment there where they were low on Surge. And it just didn't matter. They're like, we're on height. We're just going to figure out. We're going to lock it up. We're going to get to the back-to-back.
Flying under the radar going into this grand finals. I mean, Baka and Pars have always done very, very well in grand finals S lobbies, right? They're just such a consistent team. They love to play into the consistency, the way that kind of grand finals lobbies plays out. But I'm pretty sure, if my mind doesn't deceive me, they've been like suspecting to be contested throughout the week. So a lot of people have been kind of writing them off, but now they're uncontested throughout these first 3 games. And it is showing that they have definitely been underrated throughout this FNCS. But Kelly, I mean, back-to-back wins, what a statement.
I mean, Baka and Pars have shown themselves to be a top 10 competitor. In fact, they're one of only 5 duos that are competing today that have made it into the top 10 for both Majors 1 and 2. And it looks like they don't want top 10 anymore. They want to go for that first place spot. And my goodness, what a showing we got out of them from these last 2 games. I can't believe we still have 3 more games to go, though.
I know. The halfway point is just insane to think about. I don't know where these games have gone. Let's turn our attention to the standings. There's a couple things we wanted to highlight for you. After that game, and of course, the back-to-back Victory Royale, these guys currently sitting in that number 1 spot, 222 points. They are definitely looking to pull away from the rest of the lobby. Take a look, though. Big Cheese, Aviv, and Bugha still holding down. Unfortunately, not quite first place just yet, but they will have to look to mount some kind of answer to what Baka and Pars are doing right now. But I mean, these guys are looking very much in form. It's kind of taking me back, Vivid, a little bit to the World Cup days of Bugha. You can never count this guy out.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, we tuned into them and they had like 27 builds, and I was like, wow, like they're in a great position, but Matt-wise, it is not looking good. I actually have no idea how they pulled off a 6th place this game. I mean, they looked so locked in to kind of pull out such a placemat of seemingly nothing. I mean, this has got to be the play right here, right? Jumping in on pump, simultaneously finds a wood wall to kind of take advantage of there.
Ya viene
Refresh that they were able to utilize to actually break into that top 10. And wow, another play kind of coming out to find another refresh there.
Baja poco el volumen al directo. Lo veré, no sé si me escucha bien y en TikTok. TikTok está muteado, pero está bien.
We're all the way
Yo
over
un
here
poco
south
igual.
over towards Pleasant, and putting up these type of numbers,
Sí.
they look good.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes for them over that last game, and literally it's just
Luego
zone
así.
4, Bugha and Aviv, no mats. Zone 6, Bugha and Aviv, no mats. But they still were able. It really showcases. You see a lot of
Ahí,
these
maybe.
teams that when they're kind of low on Storm Surge, low on mats, they go on the aggressive. But Batman, Bugha, and Aviv kind of just let players come to them, and it really worked out in the end there, grabbing some lucky refreshes. Not lucky enough though to steal away first place from Baka and Pars.
No le quitaron el like a mi directo.
Just how close they are to a
If.
team that has 1 Victory Royale over them. But Clix and Veno are not giving up hope right here. Just a 43-point difference between them and 3rd place. And Clix and Veno, man, they have just shown what everyone wanted to see out of them today.
Yeah, actually, I mean, this game was incredible, right? We saw that they were actually 2v2ing Acorn and Cold. Great play from this duo, right? You can see that they're definitely locked in. Clix was, behind Veno, spraying the wall. Veno had those pre-aids ready. They both simultaneous shot. Acorn picked up an early healing there, was able to find Cold a little bit later on. So Storm Surge-wise, they were locked in, and with a zone that close to that kind of POI, 11 place, 5 eliminations.
I do also want to mention that pre-edit that we got to see from Veno very early on against that Acorn and Cold. I mean, Veno has
vino contando hay que mira.
he is such a good fragger when it comes down to it. But I want to see just a little bit. Come on, we want to see the 11th zone height take from them. We know that Clix and Veno have it in them.
Okay, all right, we'll see how things go. One thing I want to see here is another stat. Let's take a look at the damage dealt in just this first half of day number 1. Some interesting numbers to throw around here. Big Cheese Aviv currently leading the pack there, 3,472 points. But look at this right behind, right? Baka, right behind him, Veno, Kanata, Trashy. I mean, these damage numbers in just 3 games is nuts.
I love this for Kanata, or to see Kanata up here, all the way up here, because, you know, after this Slurp Cacti nerf, everybody was like, nah, Kanata and Cooper, they're cooked. Like, there's just no way they're going to be able to do anything for the Storm Surge. And I was like, no, listen, I've watched Kanata for years. He's always like one of the best Storm Surge players. He's never needed Slurp Cacti before. He's not going to need them now. And I'm loving the fact that it's kind of showing on the stats right there.
Yeah, they had, you know, a rough game one. They got 32nd place, but then they've shown that they are still in the competition regardless of if the Cacti is there, regardless of if Cooper needs to be a solo competitor there, grabbing a great elimination and holding out, making sure that he's able to get just enough placements as possible, and ending up in 7th place for game number 3. Kanata and Cooper, who needs Cacti when you have the brains of Kanata and Cooper?
Man, games, the first 3 have been crazy. We have 3 more ahead of us before we say goodbye for just day number 1. With that being said, let's find our seats on the battle bus for game number 4 on the day. So, casters, back over to you.
Thank you, Zeke. And yeah, we can't emphasize enough how important day 1 is to set up your foundation for day 2, because it is a 2-day performance, right? Like, everything comes down to how you play over the collective 2 days here, Taco.
Yeah, and I think it's really impressive as well seeing Kanata's name actually pop up on that stat sheet for damage done MDF, because if you think about it, Kanata and Cooper have had a really rough Chapter 5, man. I mean, every single season, something is just taken away from them as far as their drops are establishing and concerned, but they're still making it work. They're still hustling to overcome that moment of adversity, and we'll see what they have in store for us along with everybody else here in match 4.
Cuarto match. Falta este, el 5 y el 6. Faltan 3 games. Técnicamente puede ser Clutch Savage. Vamos a ver, ni modo. A ver qué tal, a ver qué tal. No me veo Fortnite para ver los héroes.
We'll just have to see
The check.
if now that Kanata's kind of got his footing right here, he's got the
Check significa cuenta.
You know, on Smash right now with his damage, I think we're going to be seeing a very great performance out of Kanata come globals, but again, you got to make it there. You got to continue to play well, of course, over the FNCS Grand Finals weekend here. This Oliver OG performance out of Game 3 was a great one. Finally, at least finding a good set of points, right, coming out of this round. Last game, he secured about 20, close to 30 points, which is exactly
I want.
given that they were trailing behind.
Yo quiero. I want coffee. Yo quiero café. Okay, one les quiero. It's okay. I want rice, please.
Possibly by himself here, and I love that he picked up the body here because he actually needed
Pizza delicious.
SNGs there that Oliver OG had. Otherwise,
I want delicious champions. Yo quiero un sándwich delicioso. I want. Pizza table, check cuenta, coffee, café, train, boy. And delicious. ¿Cómo se dice sándwich, no? Sandwich. And delicious sandwich. No sandwich. Sandwich. Sandwich.
So they'll be the only ones here profiting off of that initial exchange.
Sandwich.
And whether or not Craze is able to reboot Oliver OG remains to be determined. But they're not the only ones dealing with early contest in this lobby. Pleasant Piazza, Trashy and Threats. They've had up and down moments with these early spawn contests, and yet Dynamic he's got his work cut out for him before they can make the initial push.
Side Mount Olympus, little fight going on here. Catch a tail into that. Circus gonna go in, get quickly finished here, and this is a duo takedown for Z-Link. Antonio, go ahead and throw them up onto the 50-point threshold now. And this has been somewhat of a back and forth right here at the Mount Olympus. So you're kind of seeing what the effects of these early game contested battles can do to a team overall on the leaderboards, regardless if you finish the fight fast or not.
Man, kind of surprised though to see so much traction this far north at Rebels Roost. As Reciprocal and G Money, they've now got to deal with the likes of Puffy and Source. They're gonna have, well, actually, G Money and Reciprocal, they could choose to aggress. They might actually need the damage, but it also seems like they're a little bit hesitant for the time being. They don't want to risk another third party, but when it's only a solo to threaten, not sure there's really anything to worry about just yet. Different scenario though for Noxy and Crisp. They're getting the better end of this exchange. That is until Fluto decides to do something about it. And sure enough, Crisp and Noxy, they don't even get the final elimination onto Fluto. That knock gonna be a revive, no problem here for Static. So they're gonna find themselves cut short here in Lobby 4. Meanwhile, 3 eliminations in tow now for Statics and Fluto.
And that's going to kill all of their momentum right now. Crisp and Noxy have been really marching it to the tune of their own beat, finding themselves at 92 points in the middle of the, day one tournament. That's a fantastic performance. But now they will be slipping down. This will likely push them well outside the means of the top 10 and kind of put them in the middle of the pack. So game 5 and 6 are going to be absolutely telling for teams that have a chance now. Top competition falls here. Source and Puffy. And continue standoff here against G Money. G Money and Reciprocal have been based down for quite some time. You can see why now. It's because the material counts have been exhausted here.
G Money though still trying to go for the chop opportunity, but he's gonna have to abandon that shield potion as he watches his duo go down right in front of his eyes, and he joins shortly after. But yeah, that build situation, just too much of an issue there for them to actually recover and overcome. Hazard's got to be wary though. You might think that that's a prime opportunity to try and play cleanup like some of these other teams with their third-party exchanges, but Puffy and Source did not really lose a whole lot in that exchange. And Miro and Pink as well, they've had a relatively quiet day so far, which I think is partially credit to something that Vivid had actually pointed out earlier on. Because keep in mind, this is a team that lands at Charon's Crossing. They have a potential for a weapons bunker to spawn nearby them. But I do think that with that Surge Cacti change overnight, they've had to essentially hit the drawing board one more time because they've just found themselves under more pressure than usual because teams aren't necessarily rotating south as quickly as before.
Meanwhile, Paper and Victor V right now continue their
Una
run
estaba
through
explotada y la otra
the
en el día estaba muy
Forest teams cut
brilladita.
through the Mount Olympus. You have a
Te
Dash
queda
and
sale
Six
y la
out
mía
just
no lo limpia y echarle aire nada más.
sniffed out the fact that Paper was there until the shots come out, and now Paper's unfortunately going to be the first to get tagged here.
Como quitó la llanta
Let's
y
take care of Phil leaving this cone open as visuals start to see
Y
it.
freno.
And this is a great update here. Good to see Mixon and Blaha still alive. The team on top of them right now. One of our leaders here, Bugha in Aviv.
I mean, when you think about what happened last lobby for Blaha and Mixon, I guess, yeah, technically this is a W, but they've got so much to make up for as far as the leaderboard is concerned, MDF, and if they want to find themselves on the better end of the secondary half of today's 6 lobbies, they've really got to pick up the pace here, and they knew they just weren't in a position. They did not feel comfortable with their loadouts to actually try and take that fight up with Bugha and Aviv, but you almost have to wonder, is it worthwhile to disengage? Because at the same time, they need eliminations, they need placement points, and they have not had a very strong showing. I think over the past couple of weeks especially, their off-spawn situation has just been so problematic.
Yeah, the first step is definitely get some points. we have a ways to go here. I love this stat, by the way. We emphasize the fact that Vino and Clix do tend to play very separate, and as we kind of showcase it, you literally see it in action. The 4th most furthest played duo from one another. Pretty fun stat. Let's see where Vino's going to go ahead and set up for right now. He's just seeming
Que
to
se
be
ve en el
Thorn
chat.
and
No
Duo.
está allá atrás.
Oh, this might be a problem. No, could find himself in between a couple other teams here.
It's that forecast tower, though. Clicks and Veno. They usually want to try and lock in whenever it spawns, and keep in mind that is one of the most prone to spawning forecast towers in each and every lobby. I believe a 89% spawn rate for that exact forecast tower. A little bit northwest of Snooty Station, but that just means it's going to draw attention from other players in the lobby, that's for sure, and that's part of the reason why we saw Clix and Veno kind of just toying around with that launch pad. Veno just trying to make sure that he keeps a
¿Quién
good
gana este
idea
chat?
of where exactly teams might be trying to
Yo digo que la
engage.
gana
Decken,
Clix.
though, Blaha and Mixon, they
Clix
still
y
have a
Veno.
decent chance. And
Pero mi
again,
corazón quiere que la
I
gane
think a fight is out of the question
Savage.
here
Sí,
for
sí, tomé.
because they just need the points. They need to start trying to get
Ayer.
some surge damage online for themselves, and I think it's also just, it would be a really
Ya perdí la dieta.
shift in confidence momentum as well for this duo, especially when you factor in what went south
Yeah.
for them in the last lobby.
I'm just thinking on the other side of that as well.
Es piola
they
la
spent
coca.
The majority of their day so far literally in the lobby. Like, you know, you start to lose your cool, you know, all the time you probably spent warming up, right? That starts to go out the window. You have an hour, right, idle basically, waiting between games. So this is very important for them
Pero no
to,
chill, vamos a ver si ya murió Savage.
right? Keep the blood flowing.
Que, oh, no ha muerto, tiene 30,000 viewers.
Where can I reform?
No ha muerto, no ha muerto.
I can't. I don't know if I can reform it.
Pero, güey, algo les falta, güey, siempre a todos. ¿Qué será, güey?
Wow, Savage y mujeres están jodidas.
More time
Que no
to farm
tenían
later.
nada. Oh, bueno, están bien. Oh, what the
Don't get
fuck.
tired.
Creo que está mejor que nunca.
What is that on rig?
Me va a cerrar la zona a ella, si no me equivoco. Pues le va a cerrar a ellos. Maybe.
Things if zone pulls south again, then we're just gonna be stuck with no shield.
Mira que no le ha peleado Viterbi. Infaraz.
Did you say
Fucking Twitch, man. ¿Cómo se
There's
cae?
coke and there's 5 medkits at the bottom.
Tienen chingo de vida.
You blocked off paper, right? Like the stair and the stair on the right and the cone on the right.
Three one one, by the way?
Is the crash pads on you?
I have them in my inventory.
You have nitros as well, right?
Yes.
Uy, Peter está del otro lado.
well. Got me crash pads, take these. I'm going back down.
Creo que se trabe increíble.
Did you drop me mats or not?
No, because we're gonna farm together, I think.
Yes, one. Sorry. How much damage anymore?
We have no,
Okay.
we have 600 still.
Not taking risky peaks, that's the thing. I could keep peeking, but we have low shield. Island spawn.
Pa, pa, pa.
Where are we gonna farm our mats back up when zone pulls? Question. We need to get more surge now because we're pulling every zone. Are paper and them still up there on the ring? You know?
I haven't seen them in a long time. I've been looking.
Maybe I'll try and go reform pond.
There's boxes, but like I haven't seen anyone peek from them.
I'm gonna run pond and reform.
Salud.
Chris.
That is broke.
Seita.
So fuck, because if Sphinx and Duke see me, then they're gonna just look at me, and I'm gonna get tied.
Luke's is moving.
Where?
Right.
He's gonna loot. He's gonna loot that. Get the cactuses. He's gonna have to run back up again.
Yeah. Wait, they're fighting. They're fighting.
Yeah. They get camped on.
Yeah. 60.
Shoot the guy shooting.
Casi le da.
Shoot the guy from top.
Shit, my girl. The fuck was fighting though? Flappy just died. Nice, there's a team west now, brick house.
Okay.
If you peek them though, west, the team behind is gonna see you.
Yeah, I know.
Bueno, le cierre. Es imposible.
We don't have a fizz, by the way.
Y empecé le va a estar leyendo.
You have 2 bigs and 3 medkits. I have 3 minis and a cola. The second rig runs off. Wait, you need to look at Dukes and Sphinx. I need to know when they run. Or if they okay. Yeah, probably. That's probably the team brick house. They're crash padding brick house.
Okay. Where?
2 here. 60. 60 on both. 60 on both. We have so much surge.
Okay.
Team south. It's gonna be 2 tick. Blood. Nice. GG.
If I come to you. They're throwing medkits at rig, by the way.
I'm making those boxes in here.
I think they're fighting east.
Yeah, you need to make sure no one goes pond there. We need that reform pond.
There's a team right above it though. They could drop down at any moment.
There's 2 teams on it. One's looking, careful. What? Got tied behind a wall.
When should I start coming to you?
Just
Here, but there's a team going west.
team. On me.
Okay. Need me come?
Fine.
I'm with you anyway. After
Right. Okay. Making space out here.
Yeah.
This guy might need surge.
Are we in here? Do we have to go one more?
We're in. Like 2/3 of our box is gonna be in. The team's east ran.
Okay. No, there's still a team east. I see him.
In storm?
No.
They crash
straight
padded
east.
next to us.
Crash pad. Yeah.
They haven't gone yet. They're fizzing. They're in the bush in front of us. Come. They run. Farm this real quick.
3 nitro.
No, we're gonna farm. Our goal now is to just farm as much as we can without getting fucked when we get in, yeah? They just hit the ring in front of us. Come.
Come on.
We need to farm this as quick as we can, and then we need to hit the ring.
We farming this in storm.
I mean, we have 5 medkits. Don't farm back. Don't go across the water. We need to go up now. Come. Run up here.
Nitro or no?
Yeah, nitros, quick. You can slide it up and run out. Rig mid out behind us, by the way. Care. Somebody just hit the zip line. I'm tying this guy. Wait, look at this guy. 60. Come, hit it. Close behind us. Yeah. Pausing here. Pause here. We're gonna crash pad. We need to pop medkit and then crash pad.
Got met. But yeah, you have.
Yeah, I have. Pop it.
That's pop. You wanna we should nitro this crash pad probably.
Yeah. There's still a guy behind us, by the way. Look at the middle. Perfect. Went past. I didn't go too far. Come. The crash right here. I'm just jumping on it. 60. 60 on the back one. Crash running again. I'm going here. I'm going here. Any on this guy? It's me.
With you.
Yes. Don't build wood.
We need to pop med kits again.
You're. Wait.
Yeah, no, I'm replacing it. Be good. I'm
You
gonna
pop.
kit.
You pop.
Popping.
60.
Nice.
Guy in front of us got cracked.
Do you want med? Do
I
you
have.
want med?
I'm 3 minis, 3 crash pads.
Yeah, I'm 3 nitro, 2 bigs, 1 med kit.
Go half mats in your corner. And I'm going in front of us. We need to shoot front. Oh, we can't. I'm gonna crash pad with the cone, yeah?
Yeah, nitro or not.
There's rain. Hold that wall. No nitro, yeah. No nitro. Go to the right of that team. Come. Standing here.
With you. Fucking
Oh.
run.
In front of the tree, hold it.
There's a rock there.
Nitros. They're camp. Be careful, they're camping here. The metal. Come up. I'm running rods. They're fighting here. 80, full box. Dead.
Nice.
Anybody?
Nice.
There's a team on my wall. I'm making
Getting
space.
sprayed,
Yeah.
getting sprayed.
On my wall. I'm getting sprayed. I'm trying to get the loot.
I'm getting sprayed as
You
well.
need to come. You need to go right.
I'm trying to stay, I'm going out.
Need to make space.
I only have wood.
I need to get this loot, bro. I got a fizz.
Nice.
Come. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We're gonna fizz.
I only have wood.
Take a mini.
What's your mats?
I'm 1-1-2. What's your mats? Careful nitro. They might try and jump in. They're jumping in here in front of us. You need to look at that. Spray that brick. Spray down.
Spray it down.
Yeah, I'm making a pre-hit on it. Spray.
Yeah.
There's a guy there.
Yeah, I'm reloading.
Somebody died on the left. We need to look on the left.
Yeah.
Play this shit. Yeah. Another fizz.
I'm dropping med kit for
Yeah,
fizz.
take it. I'm holding your med kit. Yeah.
I need amp.
Drop blue pump there if you need. Careful, that might be their edits. Come.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back down to where we killed the other guy.
I have 6 nitro, by the way.
60 fizz and a med kit. Just stay here for a sec. Come to me.
Just be careful, bro.
Yeah, come to me. Stay here. Come.
With you.
I got tired a bit. I'm fine though.
I only have wood, remember.
On the wall.
Yeah.
Nice.
100.
Shooting it. I'm replacing. Okay. Start fizzing.
Sure. I need. Yeah, I'm fizzing.
20. This wood. This wall is wood. 50 brick. I have 12 builds.
Yeah.
Guy, close. 100. Spray this guy down.
Nice.
We need to kill this guy.
Yeah.
He's in this wood. Come, I'm killing him. Come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Get on your wall. Okay. Get up. Go back in number.
Come soon. They're fighting.
Yeah. Mark. Or actually, no, never mind.
Mark edge.
zones for me and call my mats. Does it pull up?
Yeah, it pulls up as a... Lots of mats. One foot.
Nice. ¿Qué clutch está haciendo es fucking Savage? Tiene una bala nada más. Buena. Oh my god. Savage is so crazy.
3-1-1. Cap mats. Marking zone.
Holding kill, holding kill. Tienes que holdear la kill, venga va.
Basements.
Top 9. So many solos.
2 duels, no? How much is it?
Queda muy poca gente. Tiene que ser bien esta. Venga va Savage. Tienes que salvar el gaming. ¡Ah!
Top 7.
Y me curas.
Builds. Two builds, one build.
No.
Savage, you're still good. Savage, you're still
I'm
good.
fucking insane, bro. Just get me in fucking late game, G.
Oh my god, ese tipo está loco.
That's the game we needed, bro. Come on, now's the fucking comeback time, bro. Now's the fucking comeback time.
Crazy.
Holy shit! Did you see how I was shit on edgy, bro?
Yeah, that was so fucking clean.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
Goat.
Played that so fucking well.
I could have got more kills as well, bro. I was spraying this guy with my fucking enforcer for 3 decades, man.
Okay, I'm 450, 150, 190. We need a set for a crash pad here. 450, 152. Putting up pillar. We got crash pad, come up. I don't know the timing on this. Don't know if we can fizz it. Is there any height? There's no height, there's no height. I think we can.
You don't fist, you don't fist, you don't fist, you do not fist.
Yeah, I don't think you should, by the way.
You normal?
I think here. Top up.
Stop.
Go around. Can you slip your shield or anything?
Yep.
Take bandages instead.
I'm good,
Give me your minis, give me
I think maybe you win this game, no?
I have one flopper and it's in minis. Yeah, I'm fizzing. I'm gonna fizz you.
You're gonna... Yeah, you fist this, you fist this.
Yeah,
You fist this.
Hey, Jojo. Hold. Go, I'm holding. No, shit, I'm holding.
Duos that get split for even a moment or any sort of straggling solos, that could be a big opportunity for him. It's the same sort of mentality that Yapko is currently operating off of. That Thunderbird,
Ma,
Gatekeeper,
hijo de tu mami, comete ese guineo, mira.
Yo pensé que un churro es.
sea of duos and Benno clicks. They just continue to maintain their spot at the front side of zone. They're holding
Este vato tiene el suero.
mid ground for the time being.
Suero también.
Leader switch. It
Para
almost
mí,
seems like
el
it's
turco ya ganó.
inevitable at this point for these teams.
Yeah, you know, Vino and Clicks are looking like one of the stronger duos in this.
Ya va a morir, papi.
Japco's solo, he gets taken out. Batman Booga's also solo.
No le da dolor de cabeza.
Trying to hold on right now, and Clicks and Vino
Qué vergo.
that knowledge of the storm.
No, yo tomo agua, me duele la cabeza.
Very much into their favor right now as they are staying ahead of the storm.
¿Cuándo vas a traer el carro?
Positioning themselves to just
Ah,
find refresh.
en serio.
On high ground, Mordecai and Rigby are going to be the biggest upset to the standings because Little do, I think most of you guys know, they are
Lo voy a dejar al aeropuerto. Ay, 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 ahí me quedo hasta que me venga a comprar. No, hasta el siguiente día. No, a las 7 quieren salir de ellos de aquí de Multi. 40 minutos, 45 minutos antes en el aeropuerto.
Y te van a pagar el viaje.
He might get a moment to breathe here as well. He's just got to stay ahead of the pack. And at least for right now, he's gone by completely undiscovered. But he can hear the duo above him. Mordecai Rigby stomping around. He drops, but it's not where he wanted to go. Straight into Tayson's box. And sure enough, Peterbot still managing to keep his placements headed strong. This is exactly the kind of clutch that we've come to expect, though, out of Peterbot.
And Mongra's still alive. Mr. Savage is alive right there in the mid-game. Here it is, a fight for high ground. Victor V Paper go up to the top, and they are trying to take their momentum from the semis into
7 minutes,
the
buddy.
finals
Should be
now.
ready
Victor
soon.
V Paper are at 5 eliminations, holding high ground right now, and have several hundred material. Meanwhile, here is Mr. Savage here, alive and well. 5 eliminations for the pair.
Oh, sweet.
Barely holding on here. Peterbot is just cleaning up house. Takes down Mordecai by himself into the top 5 by himself. Still doing it, still running through.
At the same time, Peterbot, he might
Yeah, there was
be
nothing
doing
I could do,
Paper
bro.
and Victor V a favor. Reet and Ritual, they're not going to join the mix on low ground. Yamzo Tayson trying to break through these builds, but they're getting tagged up from every direction.
3
Yamzo
duos.
even opting, I'm just going to play for the med kits at this point. Tayson doing what he can. Keep darting forward, staying next to his duo as much as possible, but it's
Qué buena la hizo Savage, la verdad.
they're going to be the ones still holding strong on the low ground. Paper
Para ver que los de arriba llevan
all the advantages here on height.
un chingo de puntos. Y Victor V la ganó. El que cae a la par, literal. ¡No! Pobre Savage.
And that's going to be an 8-elimination game. An 8-elimination win for Victor V in Paper there. And like
Come on, bro. We're top 25 now.
Yeah, that game's hyped me up a bit, I'm not gonna lie.
What do you say?
That game's hyped me up a bit.
I don't know how you got top 4 there by yourself. That's fucking nuts. It just shows though, like,
Shows that we just
guys
need to
just
get
make
to
it-
fucking late game, bro. Like, we just...
Bro, but I fucking ran in the loot, came out, it was fine. I don't even fucking, like, know how I died so quick. Like, I don't even think that was that bad,
mean-
going for that loot either.
I honestly
Un
think it was kinda my
gralizo
fault,
que
the way
tira
we-
ese
the way we
tipo.
killed that guy. Like, I should have waited a bit and then we should have killed him together. But that's my fault, because I just saw him and I was...
¿Cuántos cuales andan
And
globales?
then I accidentally fucking mantled on the wall that I edited from. And then, like, I tried jumping above him, and then I missed my shot. And then when we killed him, you know, that team on the right, they had a metal wall on them. I instantly knew that. I knew they were gonna come look for us and then edit that wall. Like, I don't know.
No es que no tienen, mamá. Se siente.
That game we had fuck all shield as well, by the way.
Bro, that was so fucking
Like,
smart.
how do we only get 3 crash pads? No, actually we got 6 crash pads. But how do we? I had 3 minis, a cola. I think that was it. I think that's all the shield I got that game.
Bro,
and then I got
we
5.
had no fucking
I got
mats,
5
no
med
fucking
kits.
loot. Yeah.
And the reason we got no mats is because that team fucking. I mean, they gave us all the surge, but it took so long that. And we pulled every zone. Like, it would have actually been better if we didn't pull a zone earlier. Because, like, we couldn't refarm anywhere because Peterbot was sitting in zone, Sphinx was late rotating, and then you had Yomzo on our side as well. And then Victor and Paper were probably going to go on the hill tagging us if we waited longer. Like, we had to farm in Storm on a fucking 5 tick. That's the only chance we got to refarm. But, like, it just shows if we aren't dying to surge, then everyone's dying around us, you know?
Yeah.
Like, did you see how free that was when I was sitting there with my Golden Forester shooting at people? Everybody was like, everybody was out of mats, like trying to jump on each other. Fizz.
No, me dormí, huevón. No escuché.
Porque me mato. Tengo una ampolla que me salió por usar tanto las chanclas con este calor. Mamita, tipo, no.
Qué raro se puso.
I need to get out. In a last chance.
A ver quién va primero. Va Paper.
Voy a
No,
reinar
Pars.
ahora vuelvo.
Two Queens, hijo de puta. Veno Clicks.
A ver, se llama Big Bang.
Mm.
¿En serio? Bueno, encontraste de agua.
F Boga.
Sí, así se llama, así.
5 F Pinco, ¿no?
Qué grande,
5 menos. GG.
Yeah, Veno to go from being knocked in zone
Está
6
guapa,
to being brought back
¿Cuántos
down
pelean
to
más?
issue Storm Surge and then grabbing Elam after Elam is why they are in second place right now. But some big names of even Bugha dropping down just a little bit, and also, you know, I'm a big fan of Bugha v Bugha and Batman Bugha 1, so I think that means that he claims as the prime Bugha. We'll figure that out later. But
Chingadera,
speaking
no.
of Batman Bugha and Rapid, as well as Bryson Bolt, who we see both in our top 10 here. Both of these players are in the top 10 down a game compared to everyone
Qué bien suena
else.
este pibe,
I'm
lo voy a
not sure,
buscar,
like, the
lo voy a
technical
buscar más, que no lo
difficulties, but
conozco.
to be able to still compete at the top,
Muy bien,
to
muy
beat
bien,
out
muy
teams like
bien,
Kaysen and
muy
Yamso,
bien,
Peterbot,
qué bien
Pollo,
suena,
Agers, and
suena muy
Rise,
bien.
down a game is insane.
Yeah,
I mean, back on my bullshit. Back on my bull, back on my, back on my bullshit.
Solo clutches sometimes are what win FNCSs, or in this case, qualify you to globals. And Batman Bugha right there with that solo clutch, keeping them in the conversation.
I did want to make a small mention here. Baka and Pards, the duo in first place. Keep in mind, these guys went down in 40th place this last game. An error has been made, right? This created a window for the rest of the lobby to catch up, and many players look to do that. I mean, again, as we continue this discussion around solo clutch, right? Peterbot and Pollo moved up into 10th, and Taysen and Yamso move up 14 places.
A ver, hay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 37, 38. 38 personas son... ¿Cuántos dúos son? ¿14? No. 20, son 19 dúos. Faltan otros dúos.
Vale, chat, vamos.
Pero ¿por qué no dice cuántos clasifican? Joder.
Aquí está la canción, Suja.
Sí, la he encontrado,
¿Sabes lo que es? ¿Pocky?
Un poke.
No, no.
Qualifier 1, ronda 4.
Ay, mierda,
6 set lobby game, 30 points. Ok.
Esto.
Que no me entiende esta chingadera.
Crunchy Strawberry. No conocía esto, tú.
Como
Sí,
el
tendría
palito
que
japonés
decir.
Ah, pues no lo conocía.
con chocolate.
¿Es chocolate como con frutita?
Un palito así.
Aquí está.
Untado en chocolate japonés con
Aquí está.
Ah, bueno.
frutita.
Grand Final Mayor 1. Top 1, 2. Ya.
He empezado a hacer algo
Mayor
raro.
2.
Ahora como
De
los,
normal 5,
los
de normal
dulces
3.
antes de la comida para que cuando coma
Grand
la comida
Finals
quita el
Mayor
azúcar
3.
de mis dientes.
1,
y
10.
no
1,
termina, o sea, no
10.
termina
Top
la
10
comida
tienen que dar Savage
con
ya.
algo dulce
Please, man.
que se quedan mis dientes.
Por favor.
¿Sabes lo que digo?
Por favor, top 10.
Terminar de comer, no, ¿no?
Por
O
favor,
sea, yo
loco.
lavo mis dientes por la mañana y a la noche.
Nada te cuesta, Savage.
Bueno, solo en la comida dices de hacer eso.
Venga, va.
Yo no
Pensé
sabía
que era
que
menos,
era
pero
posible.
top 10 está muy bien.
Es que no lo hago siempre, pero
Cabal pasan 10,
como ahora, por ejemplo,
20,
tengo un sándwich que tengo que
3,
comer. Pero me voy a comer estos
26.
pokis primero,
What?
después el sándwich.
10, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36
Vale,
tubos.
tiene un DMR legendario.
Y ya pasaron
Mientras
1,
hago otra
2,
cosa,
3,
voy a
4,
poner
5,
Fortnite.
6, 7,
Tenemos que rezar que los hispanos no se
10,
mueran
11,
ahora, as well.
12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 21. Ah, es que pasan más. No, no pasan. No pasan justo los 50 dúos. No pasan más. It's okay.
Tacos de birria, no.
I have 3 minis, 1 big in a treasure map.
¿Qué decía tu cata? Poner Fortnite. Quiero ver cómo quedó King. En Brasil no especificado todavía el imbécil.
But this is not looking good. Curly and Rays definitely saw them, right?
Está bien.
But they didn't see them go in the bush. They didn't
4.
see the bush either. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you know what I was thinking? I'm thinking
Random no pasó. Fuck, GG's. O no lo dejó jugar esta. Maybe.
They realized, yeah, that was behind us. Yeah, that is. It is.
De Brasil clasifican el 1 y el 3. El 1 al 3. Pero si gana, creo que Persa ya está cual. Así que técnicamente no está cual. Right.
Let him get the pick.
False sense of security, get the 2 pieces?
No, they wanted 2 points.
Yeah, no, that's nations as opposed to just the 1. I'm not against it, but
let's give them all the credit. Let's give.
Yeah.
Let's say that was the plan for sure.
I like how they kept looking at the rescue station though. How they like didn't necessarily trust that it had been fully cleared out. Pause for a moment here. Pleasant Piazza though, threats and Trashy. One more time, trying to take out and successfully do. Dynamic, Evil left scrambling, trying to escape, but it's to no avail. Trashy credited with that one. So. A couple of teams here are definitely prospering in Lobby 5 early off-spawn fights.
A lot of action unfolding right now. Meanwhile, we might see Blaha and Mixon put their first points up on the leaderboard, but give us a second before we get there. Oliver OG with the angles here to close out Statics and Flutto, and that's after, again, that drop spot. They've been really dragging that fight on. Curly and Rays up against Mordecai and Rigby. Mordecai and Rigby had a win in sights. Very, very close. Opportunities put them up at top 11 right now amongst all these teams that are facing a little bit of pressure right now. Mordecai and Rigby have managed to just avoid treacherous territory and engagements in their early games somehow. But this is the first time I think they're catching this much resistance.
O mataron. No, mataron. Pensé que habían matado.
Yeah, and I think the other thing worth noting is that Rigby, this is actually his first ever FNCS finals.
Incredible.
And yet, they're still managing to hold such a strong position on the leaderboard. I think that is a huge indicator that, you know, there's definitely some new talent that's starting to really surface here in the NA scene. And I guess it's just really exciting to think about what Rigby and Mordecai might be able to accomplish. At the same time, though, they're not the only ones looking to
Yo no hice cuántos puntos lleva, increíble.
further. Teams want that top 10. You want to try and confirm a strong position in day 1, because day 2 with that 1.5 times point multiplier, things can change very rapidly. So Turtle, Tavern, TK they've still got their work cut out for them. At the same time, though, I say that, and Shore and Zypha, they don't necessarily have the help that you would want. TK gonna find the first knock. A little bit too exposed, though. Left side peek. Zypha, lucky that TK had to reload, but
No.
now, he's actually not going to stand a chance because Clix and Veno, they've decided to just steamroll their way through this.
Oh my god, lo llegó a matar. Nah, que te pare la acaba de hacer.
Not a lot of damage, but amazing set of points right now, giving them the edge here coming into the game. That's going to effectively put them up in first place now, up and over Pars and Baka. Clix and Veno.
A ver cómo va Savage.
Looking around, I'm not gonna lie.
I need to start going for zone. Need to run north.
The cola's there, by the way. Did you
I
get
have
it?
6 minis and 2 colas. There's a spare cola, 3 minis, and a medkit there.
Got me ammo.
Here. I need to find a burst or something. Look. South, west. On the right.
Yeah.
I'm building for you. Cactus down here that you can hit.
That fight taking place near Reclaim Villa, the Forecast Tower. It spawned in yet again for this lobby, so high likelihood they're going to be in control of that one. So really excited to kind of monitor their movements, their rotates throughout the duration of this 5th match here as Bugha, Aviv. They started off with a pretty explosive game 1, finding a victory royale, and then I wouldn't say fizzled out entirely, but they have had some